like look at her and then look at me. You really did?
Dude, you ain't got nothing to lose but this game. Get your ass over there and talk to her.
Very, very powerful and very moving. And it makes you stop and think. It has such an impact where it kind of leaves you feeling sucker punched. Beautiful cinematography, beautiful way that they told the story, where how it was kind of going to the present and then going back to the past in chunks. I think that the music was beautiful. They didn't waste a second. It was every moment was full. It was full of emotion. It was full of story. It was full of great acting. Yeah, I can't find any kind of fault with this. This was amazing.
Structurally, what I liked was we begin with glimpses of the tragedy, and then we get this news report. So we get the tone immediately that something tragic has happened. And then we ease into this relationship with these friends, and we see all these great moments where they're interacting, and it really builds this idea for us of the camaraderie. Everything in this was very intentional, from what he was wearing that night, having the moment where he's looking at it, and then we kind of realize, oh, that's what he was wearing that night. It made everything very apparent that this was all memories. And it's clear that he blames himself for what happens to his friend. Another really intentional touch in the costuming was the in memory shirt, the loving memory shirt. It was definitely a very emotional piece. I thought the performances were very profound. The chemistry between the performers was very apparent, and it was a well-rounded story.
The directing and writing were strong. The relationship between the leads was warm and so endearing, which made the tragedy all the more heartbreaking. I thought the performances were very believable. I also liked the musical score and found it quite suitable for this dramatic piece with rousing crescendos. This was an important film showing the loss and pain surrounding gun violence.
The most impressive thing about this one is just what they are able to do in the span of 5 minutes. I feel like the acting and the music selection was on point, because they managed to convey such strong emotions in 5 minutes. That's what I find so impressive about this. 5 minutes is not a lot of time, and they took full advantage of that time.
A Friend showcases a systemic cultural issue of young Black men being succumbed to gang violence and being shot and murdered in places such as gas stations. This is a reflection from a friend's memory. It has lasting memories. He's seeking advice and seeking confidence within his confidant. And in doing so, ends up getting to finally get the girl that he wants. And it's these wholesome, cherishing moments that inevitably lead up to the last moment that he shares with his friend. The sound design really and music supervision pair really well with this, and the build up that leads to this unfortunate consequence. It's the ending is also open ended. Through costuming, we get a clear, vivid idea that his friend has passed with the in-loving memory of Shirt.
The score is what pulls you in, and the phenomenal lighting job on this. The way the lighting switches based on the scenes we're in. It's really phenomenal. It really tells the story well. It draws you in. It's one of those things that just captures attention, especially since it's on a relevant topic. It's one of those things where you can tell things happen very quickly. It's not understandable, but it's still there. And it's one that could be shown to start a dialogue as well, to show what's happening, to show it what happens when somebody close to you is shot, what's going on within certain communities. It's one of those films that really grabs attention to start that type of dialogue.
I really like the performance. I really like the fact that we have these scenes where the characters the main character is just thinking, you know, there's no movement, no dialogue, just a great music and him thinking, what's gonna happen? What happened? How is his art going to change from now on? I think it was great. I think it really gives you the depth inside the character. You know, these movements, these scenes, they are very important to the story. And then we have the final resolution that leaves a lot of doors open, but it really manages to just hit you, you know, right there. Um, I think it was a very well done film. I like, on top of everything else, the direction. This is a very cool direction. It manages to keep a pretty static film. I mean, as we say, there are many scenes where the character is just by himself thinking, but even there, it keeps it alive. It keeps it strong and energetic. You know, it's not just a camera there or boom, fixed on a tripod and then shooting. It's movement. It keeps moving and moving, and that's great.